Some of my main advice for students is when you're looking to pursue a co-op or an opportunity, we heard a lot of soft skills and the technical skills you'll develop through your education. So it's really important when you're looking to pursue an opportunity. I really think it all boils down to communication.
Hi there. I want to welcome you to CareerTalk Student Success Stories. My name is Sarah Joy Kallos. I'm the Co-op Internship Coordinator, and my role is really to oversee the Co-op and Internship pathway, to deliver a career development course, and to really support the students in a team dynamic.
Hello everyone, I'm Jonah Ferguson, and my background in supporting students really stems back to my own experience as a student. So when I started university at Vancouver University, I had a really hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to do as a career. I didn't use the co-op program. When I finished my studies as a student, I moved into working at the university through various student service and support roles until I was the coordinator for employer and student engagement at Vancouver University. During that time, I was able to take my own experiences as a student to help bridge the gap between students and employers by bringing in employers and trying to provide opportunities to help make it easier for students to see the application of what they were learning in the classroom in the real world, because that was something I had struggled with. So I wanted to make it easy for other students to do so.
My name is Ray, and I did my most recent co-op work term last summer at the Maritime Museum of British Columbia here in downtown Victoria, and my role was the programming assistant. So I worked under the School and Public Programs Manager, Laura Robin, and my role mainly focused on leading facilitation of the museum's public programs. So I did a lot of creative workshops and also a weekly toddlers program called Museum Tots in delivering school program. I also assisted the marketing team, co-managed the social media page for the time that I was there. Creative things that allowed me to further implement my artistic and creative studies into a work environment, which is something that I never thought I would be able to do. I'm very, very happy to be able to share that with other students who don't know what's out there, because I certainly didn't until I got to that point.
My name is Ximena Mercado. I am working with Archipelago Marine Research. They are a provider of marine resource management services and products. They work closely with different clients, such as the fishing industry itself. They also work with non-governmental organizations and some regulators, and overall their job is to ensure that our marine resources are being sustainably managed. And I remember when I was studying, I was like, oh, I would never do consulting. This is like not for me.
Yeah.
When I saw the application on the portal, I was like, you know what? I will give it a try. What's the worst that could happen? And I ended up loving it. And my focus is the Gaita fishery industry.
Great to hear these two stories with these two programs of visual arts and environmental technology. Jonah, I'd love to hear in terms of your thoughts of what types of pathways exist for different areas in arts and science, and what have you experienced?
You can almost do anything is the thing. So the amount of choice that's available can be overwhelming, but it provides you with a lot of opportunities. Like you said, not knowing what you want to do until you've kind of had that experience. That was similar to my own career journey. Working in careers, there's the chaos theory of careers and planned happenstance. So I often encourage students to network with employers they might be interested in working with, so that you can hear from professionals in the industry and hear from their lived experiences and start planning your own career journey. It is tough sometimes. Co-op is actually a really good way to do that, because you got to work with Archipelago and then you realize you really enjoyed that kind of work. And it's through a series of interactions and opportunities as they present themselves. If those things align with your education, your skills, your passions, that can really drive you forward and lead you into these different pathways.
Yeah, that's true. And there's so much variation in terms of the competency. Ximena, your position as a data technician, what would a typical day look like in that role?
My role includes a lot of responsibilities that ensure the success of the monitoring program. So I have different tasks such as generating quota reports and verifying fishing locations. And I also have to submit a weekly report to the industry to update them on our progress throughout the fishery year. I wouldn't say repetitive, but you definitely have this system that you need to follow. It's always fun to have a challenge
you don't always have the same thing going on, and there's always something to learn. With your experience in managing social media and handling video editing in your program, what do you see the future in terms of organizations in heritage and museums adapting those types of technologies?
One of the museum's strategies was just being 1 minute long, just a quick bite of history, specifically around objects from the collections. Introducing Reels to Instagram and Facebook too, because the algorithms online change very quickly and are very volatile, especially for nonprofits to try to take on.
It's amazing how much social media has shaped the way we acquire information nowadays.
Thank you all for joining us in this episode of Career Talk. I want to thank Polly, who is our co-op student with the Career Lab, who has put together this podcast. And I also want to thank the MakerSpace here at Camosun. Thank you all to our listeners, and hope you tune in for the next episode.